Yo, what's good? What's good? Yo, hey, it's Adrian. Ha ha ha. Yo, what is up, man? Wow, it's been quite a while since I done an update. So, I'm home alone. My mom and my girl aren't gonna be home until like 3 in the morning because my girl works late. So, I figured I might as well sit here and give y'all an update on what's going on. Alright, so first off, I know this is bad. I know this right here is giving me cancer. Unfortunately, I developed a habit of smoking these. I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna quit real soon because this is very unhealthy. I do not promote this. I don't encourage this because this right here is poison! I just watched the Super Bowl. I'm a little bit drunk. Not too much, just a little buzzed. The Super Bowl was pretty cool. The fucking Philadelphia Eagles embarrassed the shit out of the Chiefs. You know, the Chiefs, if they would have won the Super Bowl, this would have been their third fucking win in a row and they would have made history. And the Eagles were like, nah, you ain't doing that. And they stopped them. The Super Bowl halftime show with Kendrick, in my opinion, was good. It was really good. And I cannot believe this motherfucker performed Not Like Us. He called Drake a pedophile in front of millions in the biggest sporting event in America. That is so legendary, bro. Now, in my last update, I told you I started dating this wonderful girl named Jessica, and I was in a really good place. And before we started dating, I was in a dark place and I was very suicidal. And Jessica saved me because if she didn't come back into my life and we didn't start dating, I would not be here. I would have slipped my wrist by now. Now, unfortunately, I started slipping back into that dark place. I'll get to that in a minute. You see, we lost the house, and now we're staying in a motel. And I've been kind of slipping lately. My anxiety and my depression have been really high, and I've been having a lot of suicidal thoughts. And the voices in my head started talking again. And there's these demonic voices that try to convince me that I'm not a good person and that I'm an embarrassment, I'm a failure, I'll never amount to anything in life. I'm defined by my past, I'm defined by my trauma, and just a whole bunch of horrible, horrible things. Now, a part of me, a part of me wants to believe that, and a part of me wants to self destruct, and a part of me wants to just kill myself. And that sucks that a part of me is like that. However, there is another part of me that wants to do better. There is another part of me that wants to take care of myself and prove those voices wrong. Now, back in January, I think January or December, I had lab I had lab tests done on me because from 2021 up until November 2022, no, 2021 up until November 2024, I was going to this mental health place called Georgia Pines in Moultrie, Georgia. And then I switched over to Albany, Georgia at this new place called Aspire because every year I have to renew like a contract of sorts. And because I'm living in Albany, it's easier to go to Aspire. Now, when I started going to Aspire to get I see a doctor every month to get my meds. I'm on 4 different types of meds. I'm on Zyprexa, Seroquel. Those are 2 antipsychotics for my schizophrenia. I'm on an antidepressant called Lexapro, and I'm on a mood stabilizer called Trileptal. Now, in order to go to Aspire, they have to do lab results or lab tests. And the results were I'm healthy. The only thing is I am borderline pre diabetic. Now, the good thing is I'm pre diabetic, but I'm on I'm on the border. The doctor said if I make major life changes and I change my diet and I exercise more, I can go back to normal levels. And my girl Jessica, she's so incredible. She is all for me getting better because she herself is type 2 diabetic and she deals with a lot of issues. Now, one of the main issues is neuropathy. She has this intense pain in her arms, and it breaks my heart seeing her in pain because there is nothing I can do about it. I can hug her, I can hold her, I can be there for her, I can, help her emotionally and mentally, but physically, that pain I can't help with. This girl wakes up in the middle of the night crying, and some days it's so terrible she can't even do basic tasks like tying her shoes, washing dishes, walking the dog. I gotta help her. I say this because she goes through all these problems. It's not just neuropathy. I'm explaining neuropathy because that's one of the most severe problems, but she has a bunch of other problems. And she has these problems and she's like, Adrian, I don't want you to experience what I'm going through. I want you to be happy and healthy, and I want what's best for you. See, that's what's awesome about Jessica is that she's the type of partner who wants what's best for me and she pushes me to be better. So, I'm making life changes so I can take care of myself. Because Thomas, you see, I have a split personality disorder. There's this dark side of me that's very pessimistic, and his name is Thomas. When Thomas heard this news, he said, "You know what, Adrian? Let yourself go. Slowly die from diabetes. In a few years, you'll be dead." But I don't want to listen to Thomas. I want to take care of myself, and I want to be better. And not just physically, my weight and my health, my physical, I want to be better with my mental health because my mental health is not good. My mental health is very bad as well as my physical health. So I'm not just taking care of myself physically, I'm taking care of myself mentally. Because I am a very, very emotional person. I am an empath, I am an INFJ, and my emotions are fucking 10 times stronger than what a normal person feels. And it's not just my emotions that I feel the emotions of everybody I interact with. My mother, my Jessica, my coworkers, and just random strangers that I encounter throughout the day. If they are going through something, I feel it. Like if they are feeling angry or upset or sad or jealous or whatever the fuck, I feel it. Now, don't get me wrong, I don't just feel negative emotions, I feel positive emotions too. So, when someone is happy or motivated or inspired or on top of the world, I feed off that energy too. It's a double edged sword. But I'm working on controlling my emotions and I'm working on when something happens, I you see when something bad happens, regardless if it's something minor or something major, I tend to freak out and I tend to let my emotions dictate how I how I think, and I dwell on my emotions too much. You get what I'm saying? And I'm working on that. You see, Jessica is just like me. Jessica is diagnosed with schizoaffective with bipolar. So she has mood swings, and sometimes Jessica is in a bad mood, and it's not my fault. Jessica is in a bad mood because of work or because of her family or because of whatever reason. You understand? She gets in a bad mood, and when she's in a bad mood, I get in a bad mood, and I think it's my fault even though it has nothing to do with me. It's very unhealthy that I'm like that, and I'm working on that. Another thing that I'm working on is I'm working on staying sober. I have a drug problem. I have a drug problem. Unfortunately, I'm gonna quit these. Cigarettes are bad. I smoke cigarettes because they're legal and it's an easy relief. It's an easy, oh, I feel better for a couple minutes. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working on quitting cigarettes. I'm working on quitting weed, and I'm working on quitting the hardest stuff. I'm not gonna get into specifics on the hardest stuff because I don't want you to judge me. But I'm on. I used to do some hard stuff, and I'm working on staying sober. Now, I may be an addict and I may get high. However, I make sure that my responsibilities are taken care of before I use any substance, regardless if it's something hard, if it's weed, alcohol, whatever. I make sure that my bills are paid. I'm sick. That's why I'm like blowing my nose. My nose is stuffy. Like my nose is stuffy and I have body aches and I'm sick. I'm not sick where I don't have my voice or I'm laying in bed and I can't move. I'm not that severely sick, but I'm sick. Anyways, I want to stay sober for two reasons. One, because I want to practice self discipline, and I want to. You see, I have mental health issues and I have trauma and I have years of bad experiences. So I do drugs to help with the pain. I do drugs to keep me sane and to keep me level headed and, to deal with this hurt. However, I realize that's unhealthy and I know that there's better ways to deal with this pain. Drugs will temporarily solve your problem. Well, no, I don't want to say that. Drugs will temporarily numb what you're going through, but it's not a solution. You know, the better way to deal with problems is to stay sober and to talk it out with somebody and to work on it, in a healthy way and to recognize what your issues are and make goals for yourself and change your lifestyle so that you evolve into a better person. You understand what I'm saying, right? Now, the second reason I want to stay sober is because I want to change jobs. For 3 years, I've been working at PetSense, a pet store. And this job is amazing. I said this in my last update. This job is great. The coworkers are great. My pay is great. The only thing that I don't like is that I don't get much hours. I get 20 to 30 hours a week. So my girl proposed to me that I go work at the hospital with her because they pay more, they offer more hours. I will be guaranteed 40 hours a week, and they offer so many benefits. Like, they offer medical, they offer vision, they offer dental, they offer all those benefits. And then also, if you show up on time and you're not late and you don't call out, you get a bonus. I don't have the text messages. I don't remember off the top of my head exactly what the bonus is, but you get a bonus for like every year that you're there. And it's like some crazy amount. Like you get like like I don't know the exact number. I'm just throwing a number out there, but you like get like $1,000 each year for working at this hospital and not missing a day. And it's not just that. They offer PTO. They're very flexible. So like if something comes up in life, you have a major event coming up, they'll work with you. You know, it's a very, very good job. And another thing that this hospital job offers is they pay for your tuition. So I was thinking about going into medical billing so that I can have a career and I can have the funds to build a wonderful life with my girl Jessica. So that's what my goal is. I want to stay sober. I want to get this job and I want to save up money and I want to build a life with my girl and I want to experience life because right now all I'm doing is I'm doing the bare minimum and I'm barely scraping by. I'm not even living paycheck to paycheck, bro. I'm living day to day and I'm broke and I'm tired of struggling. So I want to get this job and I want to start this career so that I'm not broke all the time and I can start saving up and me and Jessica can start doing things. You know, I stay at home too much. I go to work and I come home. I go to work and I come home. I don't have time or money for anything else and I'm tired of it. Me and my girl, we want to, we want to go to concerts, we want to go to museums, we want to go to car shows, we want to go to anime conventions and cosplay, we want to travel around the United States, we want to, start practicing Wicca, and when you start practicing Wicca, you need money for your shadow book, you need money for your crystals, you need money for your spells, you need all kinds of shit, and Wicca, it's a very good, it's good magic, and it helps a lot. And it's not just those things I mentioned. There's a whole bunch of other things, but those are the first things that come to mind. I want to live life to the fullest. You know what I'm saying? And another thing that me and my girl want to do once we get our money right is we want to make music. I told Jessica that one of my dreams is I want to be a musician. I want to be a rap artist. I want to learn how to make beats. I want to learn to play the guitar. I want to learn to play piano and I want to make music. Not just to help myself, but hopefully my music will reach somebody else and inspire them to do better. And I want somebody I want somebody to relate to my music. Because I have dealt with a lot of shit in my life and I want somebody to hear my music and be like, hey, I relate to this. I've gone through similar things. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I had to get water. My mouth is dry. Jessica Jessica said when she was younger, she used to play, the piano and she used to play guitar, but she fell off of it. And for many years, she wasn't able to practice music because of the unhealthy, toxic relationships that she was in. So she wants to get back into music, because it brings her joy. And me and her both love music, so we want to do this because it helps both of us, you know? And you see, my thing is that Jessica has dealt with so much bullshit in her life. And she's a good person. And she has just been dealt bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. And she doesn't deserve that, bro. She has such a good heart. She's so kind, caring, and understanding and loyal. And she deserves the best. So I want to give that to her. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I gotta fucking I gotta get on my I gotta take care of things, and I gotta be on top of my shit, and I have to change, because in order to give her the best and in order to give her the life she deserves, it requires a lot of hard work, it requires sacrifice, and it requires me to make some major changes. Now, another thing that me and Jessica are working on is separating from my mom and living on our own, because I've been living with my mom since 2021, and I thought our relationship was cool. But Jessica opened my eyes, and she started to point out things that I didn't want to admit to, because I'm kind of oblivious to things. But, you know, she started pointing out, hey, your mom is kind of toxic, and your mom is using you, and you are not going to get anywhere in life if you continue to enable her and you continue to let her walk all over you. And I'm so glad she said that, because she's right. Now, I don't hate my mom, and I don't want to completely cut her off. I still want a relationship with this woman. What I want is, I want to separate from her, and I want to live my own life, and I want mom to live hers, because my mom is always complaining, I can't ever do anything because I'm always giving you and Jessica rides, and I'm always worried about you, and da 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 da, and I'm tired of hearing that. You know, I want to be independent. That's another thing I'm working on. I may be 25, but I am still a 5-year-old trapped in an adult body. There is a lot of growing up I have to do. I still don't know how to drive. I still don't know how to cook a lot of things. And I still don't know a lot about being an adult. But thankfully, Jessica is understanding, Jessica is patient, and Jessica sees my potential. Jessica always reassures me that I am a good person and that I'm amazing and that I am more powerful than I think. And she believes that I can do so much better than what I'm currently doing. I can do so much better than mom. I can do so much better than my current job, PetSense. And she wants to push me out of my comfort zone so that I can live my best life. And I love her for that. So that's what I'm doing. I hope all that makes sense. I'm trying to stay sober. I'm trying to do my best to keep my head up and focus on my goals. And I just want to be better. Because I'll be honest. I've kind of been suicidal lately. I've been having a lot of intrusive thoughts, and I've been having these crazy dreams, and it's really disturbing to me. But like I said at the beginning of this video, that doesn't define who I am. Even though I have depression and anxiety, that's not who I am, and I am stronger than I think. But yeah. Yeah. So yeah, cool. You gotta remember to smile more in life, because even though, you know, shit may be gloomy and things might not always make sense right now, if you have faith in yourself and you have faith in a higher power, things will work out in the end. Things aren't going to be bad forever. So even though I'm in a really dark place, I know that eventually I will escape this place and I will move on to bigger, better things. All right, I think I'm done. Um, it's above, aim high, open your third eye, and live life to the fullest before you die. And evolve for the better. Figure out what your strengths are and figure out what your weaknesses are. Um, Figure out how you can improve yourself and just keep moving forward. As Dory said, just keep swimming, just keep swimming. What do? We swim. All right, I'm out of here.